Hi Roshan, how are you? Good to know that. Yeah, if you have any question, feel free to ask. In the meantime, there will be more people joining. So yeah. I want to make a detailed video about assignment. Mm, can you explain a bit more about what do you want to cover in those videos? I've chosen University of Leeds for MSc Data Science and Analytics, and many of them saying that this is not a good decision to spend so much since I'm a fresher. I would be happy to hear from you. Um, so yes, the job market is quite competitive for freshers. It's hard to find a job. Having said that, it's not like it is impossible to find. There are some people who have been able to find a job as a fresher. But then I think yes, freshers are facing more difficulties in finding a job because, as you know, a lot of companies have laid off quite a lot of people. So a lot of experienced people are in the job market, and also the number of jobs are not in good number. It's falling every month. So the job market is becoming quite competitive, and when you go to LinkedIn and when you look for data science, data analytics, and business analytics, those kind of roles, you will see that for every role at least 200 people are applying for that. So you see, it's highly competitive. So if you are a fresher, it is going to be a big challenge to find a job. So I would say, yeah, that is there. But if you, what if you put in effort and if you try to make a profile and if you are able to find an internship during your masters, I think that will strengthen your profile quite a lot. And if you are able to convert that internship into a full-time role, that way I think it will be much more easy to find a job. But it all depends on how soon you're able to find an internship. So yeah, that's the reality right now. How to make a good assignment got highest marks. um when you submit an assignment, you need to think about your report quite a lot. So in report, it should not be like a very scattered thing. It should flow like a story. And also you should not tell a story in a suspense way. When you write a report, you should write an abstract in the beginning. I have actually discussed about how to write a report. So there is a detailed video. Let me grab a link. So this video should tell you how to write a good report and what all things to consider. Apart from report, your code should be well structured and you should add proper comments and documentation. And when you upload your project on GitHub, include README file as well. And even if you're not uploading it to GitHub, you should include README file, and the README file should contain what this project is all about, what all steps needed to be taken to execute that program, and if there are some issues that someone could encounter while executing that program, you need to mention all those things. And also you need to include requirement.txt. So requirements.txt, that file will contain all the packages that are needed to run that particular program. So if you include all these things in your project, I think that will give a good impression about the work that you have done. And usually when you are doing an assignment, there are problem specification which clearly tells what you need to do. So make sure that you are covering each and every point in your assignment. Hi, can you please let me know the current situation of data science market in UK? I'm willing to come to QMUL in September. I was just looking at the job scenario or the number of vacancies in the UK. It is not good. So if I just read it out to you, it is coming from Office of National Statistics .gov.uk. So that's the source. And this article was published on mm, release date is 11th of July 23, so it's quite recent. The number of vacancies in April to June 23 was 1,034,000, a decrease of 85,000 from January to March 23. And this, the number that I told you, is not just for data science, it is including all the jobs that are available. So you can see, you can see the similar pattern in data science jobs as well. Vacancy numbers fell on the quarter for the 12th consecutive period, so it has been continuously falling. In April to June 23 by 7.6% since January to March 23, with vacancies falling in every quarter for the last year. So you can see that the number of jobs are reducing every quarter, every month. So the job market is not really good right now. As for QMUL, it's a good university. One of my friend, he is doing his masters from that university. So yeah, he had a positive impressions from what I have talked briefly to him. So yeah, I just want to know of what and all subjects should I get prepared to kickstart in my course. I am well versed with Python until now. That's good to know, because if you know Python programming, it is going to help you quite a lot. So even if in your course they're going to use R, you should be able to pick it relatively easily. R is a little bit hard to learn as compared to Python, but it should not be a big issue because you already know programming concepts, so that should be fine. If you want to have a bit more of a head start, I think I will suggest try to brush up your mathematical concepts, and more specifically go for linear algebra, calculus, probability, statistics. So if you cover all those things, I think you should be in a very good position. Apart from that, what I would suggest is when you will do your course and when you will start your course, I would say spend some time in learning cloud infrastructure. So it could be AWS, Azure, GCP. It's totally up to you. You can choose any. But I think AWS is the most popular option right now. Azure is close second. So that is what you can do. And if possible, you can go for AWS certification as well. That is going to give you some upper hand. So that is what I can suggest. And I do have something interesting to announce. I will announce it halfway through the live stream. So we usually do it for 1 hour. So once we are 30 minutes in this live Q&A, I will make that announcement, because if you have already seen the thumbnail, I started doing these live Q&A back in 2022 July. It was 16th of July, the first live Q&A, and today is 15th of July. So yeah, we are still 1 day shy, but we are not going to do a live Q&A on Sunday. So I thought it would be nice to announce it today. But yeah, it is something related to live stream, live Q&A, some interesting bits. So yeah, we'll do that announcement shortly. You're welcome, Bhagya. Bro, are you currently working in the UK? If so, in which company? So I'm working in the UK. Yes, I'm working in Stanley Black and Decker. Hi bro, I'm hearing that part-time jobs are hard to find nowadays in London. What's that about? It could be hard. The thing is, a lot of my friends, they have been able to find something. So now they are not actually doing part-time jobs, so they are doing full-time jobs. So when we started our course, most of the people in our batch, they were doing part-time jobs and they were able to find something. So I think during that time it was all good. But yeah, like the inflation is going so high, and other issues are going on, so maybe same is the case for part-time jobs as well. But when I saw the statistics on this I forgot the name again, Office of National Statistics. So on this website, I have seen that the number of part-time jobs are increasing. So I don't know why people are saying that it is hard to find a part-time job. But yes, of course, it won't be like very easy. So it won't be like you just go to one store, or if you just go to one restaurant, you will find it won't be that easy. Yes, you will have to do some work. You will have to go to multiple places. You will have to probably apply online as well. So it is going to take time. It won't be easy, but I would say it is possible to find a part-time job. Which will be better, working as data scientist in India or going outside? It depends. So if you are already working as a data scientist in India, and if you are at a good pay and you are satisfied with what you are working, I would say sticking to your current role right now, because the job market outside is not really that great. So that would be the safe bet for now, and work for another 2 to 3 years. There you will gain experience, you will learn quite a lot of things, and then if you choose to go for masters anywhere, it could be UK, it could be any other place. So that would be the better option. But if you don't have a job right now, and if you are struggling to find something in India, and if you are a fresher, then again it is going to be difficult here as well. But if you have some experience, and uh, probably 3 to 4 years of experience in relevant field like data science, and then if you come here to do your data science course, and after that you should be able to find something. So it very much depends on your current scenario, Sagar. Considering the situation in UK, inflation, accommodation crisis, rising crime, lack of jobs, would you recommend coming for masters with a loan in September 24? Um, that's the thing. I won't suggest. So, but then it's not that simple. There are a lot of factors. What you are doing right now, what is your current status, and how flexible you are with your financial backing. So there are a lot of things involved in that. So the answer is not really that simple, but yes, it is going to be quite risky if you are coming here, because like you rightly mentioned, inflation is quite high, accommodation crisis is going on. As a student, you may be able to find something, student accommodations are there, but as a professional, once you finish your masters, it is going to be hard to find an accommodation, because for professionals it is relatively hard. And even as a student, if you are going for student accommodation, they are really very expensive, so you will be spending quite a lot on your living expense. Rising crime, I'm not too sure about that, because I personally not faced anything of that sort. Lack of job, yes, number of jobs are reducing every month, so it is going to be quite risky. September 24 is still quite far, but if things improve, you could go for masters. What I would suggest is apply to universities, because now the time is coming to apply to universities. You can start applying in September, and if you take IELTS will be valid for 3 years, so that's a good thing. Take IELTS, apply for some of the universities, and the good thing about UK is you don't have to pay any application fees to apply to the universities. So yeah, apply to universities, have some offer, and then you can finally make your decision probably next year during this time, May, June, July, that if you want to go for masters or not. And in that time, if you are already working, just continue to work. So yeah. How does part-time jobs work? uh, I mean, does the employer fix when and for how long I have to work, or is it up to me? Usually it is up to you. You can choose your weeks. I mean, day in a week. When do you want to work? And you can also choose kind of hours. It won't be super flexible, but it is quite flexible. So if you are living here in the UK, a lot of the cities have universities, and especially if you are living in, let's say, London or any other place where there are universities, you will have flexibility, and they are designed in a way that it can support students. So you will have good amount of flexibility. You can choose quite a lot of timings when you want to work. If you have your exams coming, or if you have some project submission deadlines, you can take off, so that is also fine. It is quite flexible. I'm joining Newcastle University, masters in data science and AI. I have 4 years of work experience as a software engineer. How difficult is to land a dev job? I would say it would be relatively easy as compared to a freshers or as a fresher, but yeah, I mean, I think you should be able to find something within, let's say, 6 months. So that's a good thing about having experience, and also you have software development experience, so it is something from where you can transfer your knowledge. So yeah, I would say 6 months. In worst case scenario, it would be a year, but you should be able to find something. But again, it's not just about, I just want to be very clear, because I don't want to say something, and then if you come here and then if you are not able to find something, you will end up blaming. So it's not just about technical skills and experience, it's also about communication skills. So how well you're able to show your findings and convey your output to your stakeholder, that is also very important. So uh, do make sure that communication skills are also good. So yeah. I have offer from Newcastle, Leeds, and Bath University with placement here. I have done graduation in electrical engineering and have 1 year of IT experience. What would had been your priority among these three universities? All three universities are really good. I'm not too sure about placement year. I think the placement year is just for Bath. Yeah, so there are few things that you need to consider. If you're living in Bath or Leeds, it's going to be expensive as compared to Newcastle. So if you live in Newcastle, you will save some money. You also need to consider if you have any scholarship from these universities. In terms of course content, they all are really great. So you won't regret joining either of these universities. In terms of facilities, they all provide good facility. So those are the things which are okay. The only difference will be in terms of fees, the scholarship that you are getting, and the place where you want to live. And Bath and Leeds are going to be relatively expensive as compared to Newcastle. So those are the things that you need to consider, and that's what I considered. I had offer from Queen Mary University of London, University of Glasgow, and Newcastle University. I ended up choosing Newcastle University is because living expense is relatively less as compared to other two cities, and I was getting everything what I needed from Newcastle University. So that was my preference. So out of these universities, I would still choose Newcastle University, but like I told you, there are other factors you need to consider those as well. There is a master's in data science course in Germany. It is by Upgrad. Do you know anything about that? I think this is a course where Upgrad has collaborated with one of the German universities, and there are two ways different institutes are organizing these courses. So one way is that if the course is for, let's say, 18 months, you will do your 6 months in India, and then for later 1 year you will do in German university, right? You will have to go there. The other one is you will do the whole course in India, and the certificate that you will get, it will have the name of that university, the German university. So that is the other way. And those courses are actually very expensive. So if you are doing the whole course in India, I think it will still cost you around 2 to 3 lakh Indian rupees. And if you have the option to go to Germany for 1 year or even 6 months, you will have to pay some amount to the university, and you are not getting a full degree. So, I mean, yeah, you will get like master's degree, uh, but it will be online. I'm not sure whether they mention that on the degree or not, so I'm not really sure about it. So, if those are the two ways this course is being conducted, I personally won't go for that. Instead, you could directly apply to the university and do a proper master's course from the university by being on the campus. So, that is what I would prefer. But if it is something else, do let me know in the chat. I will be more than happy to provide my opinion on that. One more question. Are you on a skilled worker visa? No, I'm not. Are companies willing to give skilled worker visa immediately, or do they have to look at your performance for a year and then decide? Yeah. So later is the situation. They would want to assess your performance. They want to see how valuable you are in a company, how much value you're bringing to the team and the company as a whole. And then if they see value in you, yeah, they will be more than happy to sponsor your visa if the company is approved to provide sponsorship. You're welcome, Praveen. I'm going to Cardiff University this September to do my master's in data science and analytics. I have had a year experience in the IT sector, I am a bit worried I won't be able to get a job in the UK. Advice. I would say if you have made your mind, you really want to do masters, you should still go for it. And being worried is not going to help because uh, I had a job. I was working there. I was fine, and it was a sponsored job. But the project was pulled back by the client, and then they had to lay me off because that was the flagship project. So, and during that time, a lot of things were happening. It was in January or something. So, job market was again pretty bad. It was on a downward trajectory. So instead of worrying about what's going to happen, I applied for graduate visa. I had my visa. I knew that I have 2 years, and I prepared myself. I made my mindset that there is nothing going to happen if I just worry about things, and if I don't put enough effort, I'm not going to get jobs. So instead of putting my energy to worry about the situation, I try to put that energy into learning new things, preparing for interviews, preparing my profile, yeah, doing different projects. So yeah, I invested my energy and time in that, and then I was able to find something. So if I was able to do it, I'm pretty sure you all can do it too. So it's all about directing your energy into productive things and not worrying too much about the negative aspect. But yes, you need to be well aware of those negative aspects, because it should not be like you have completely blindfolded yourself from those things and you're just looking at the bright picture. Because you need to be aware of how the situation is, which I'm quite happy to see that you all are keeping eyes on the situation and you guys are well aware of what's going on here, which is really good, and you should do that. But yeah, worrying about things are not going to help. What is your monthly rent now in Newcastle? So my monthly rent is £475 including bills. What should I take placement year and without placement year? If you are a fresher, I would say go for placement year. If you have experience of around 2 to 3 years or maybe more, I think placement year is not necessary. You're welcome, and all the best, Jonathan. It's an interesting journey, I would say. There are a lot of ups and downs, but yeah, we just need to keep focused and working towards whatever we can. And whatever is in our hand, we can do that. But a lot of external factors like the job market, economic crisis, they are not in our hands. We can't really do anything about it. So worrying about those things is not going to help. So we should just control things which are in our hand. Can I land any internship around Newcastle while studying? And what's the process will be like? Do I need a portfolio or resume? Yes, you will need a portfolio and a resume. So it's not all, I would say, and it's important to have both. And if you want to find internship and if you're doing your course from Newcastle University, I would say keep an eye on openings in the Catalyst building or NICD, which is National Innovation Center of Data. There are a lot of different companies, there are a lot of research work going on in that particular building, in that particular department. So you should be able to find some internship there. And also, there is this career page of Newcastle University. There they send every day. I mean, it totally up to you if you want to get daily notifications or weekly notifications. Keep an eye on those. They also publish quite a lot of internships, so do apply to them. And yeah, if you are staying up to date, if you are doing all those things, you should be able to find something. And also there is this jumping river and data analytics or data science meetup, which happens, I think, every quarter, if not every month. Then you can go there and attend that. There you will find quite a lot of interesting contacts, and from there also you should be able to find some internship. If you don't mind, could you give us a list of some of the skills on your current CV? Anything like tools, language you have, etc. Yeah, sure. Let me quickly pull up my resume. I need to find. Okay. So yeah, my laptop was formatted, so I don't have it on my laptop. Maybe it is there on my phone. Yeah, so the skills that I have mentioned on my CV is like Python, R, SQL, Power BI, Git, TensorFlow, Keras, sklearn, OpenCV, PySpark, Databricks, computer vision, natural language processing, agile methodology, GCP, Google Cloud Platform, Google Colab, AWS, SageMaker, signal processing, communication, presentation, collaboration, leadership. So those are some of the skills. Snowflake. So yeah, those are some of the skills which I mentioned on my CV. Not a huge list, but it works for me. About the upgrade course, I am from Nepal and I have to study here for 1 year online and start third semester in Germany. The online keyword won't be mentioned in any of the certificate. Total cost is 22 lakh. Okay, let me convert it to Indian rupees. Well, it's around 13 lakh Indian rupees, which is quite expensive, I would say. And if you do this course from a German university where they don't charge you any fees, I think you will be able to do this in a much cheaper price. So I would say going for that option would be better. The cost is same as UK university. So yeah, and if you are doing your course from a UK university, um, it will be for 1 year, so you should be able to finish that in 1 year, and then you will be on campus. You will be living in UK. You will experience quite a lot of different things. So I would say that is just way too expensive course for what it is providing. But that's just my opinion. If you think that works for you, you can go for it. But if I was in your place or position, I probably wouldn't go for that. Hi, for data science profile, could you suggest if a DevOps certification helps? And if yes, would you suggest? I would suggest MLOps. You should not, I mean, you need not go for DevOps. If you want to do a certificate, I would say MLOps certificate would be really helpful because that's the direction in which data science is moving right now. How did you present your portfolio? Is it a web portfolio? Thank you. Yes, it is a web portfolio. Let me quickly find a link. It's nothing um, out of this world. It's a very simple static web page where I have included all my GitHub links. But yes, I have properly structured the projects on my GitHub. So let me quickly find the link if I can, and yeah, you can access that link to see my portfolio. So that will give you a brief idea. And I also have a video about how you can create your own portfolio. So mm, yeah, this is the link. Yeah, so this is the portfolio link, and I will also post a link using which you can create your own portfolio just like this one. It's super easy, it doesn't take much time. uh, the amount of time that you will have to spend will be on your GitHub, so you need to make your GitHub look a bit better. You need to arrange your projects in a proper way. You need to structure your files. So that is going to take a bit of time, but yeah, creating your portfolio won't take much time. So this is the video which you can follow to create your portfolio. May I know plagiarism in programming while doing assignments? Um, so if you are using a code, let's say from Stack Overflow or any other Medium article, you can use it, but make sure that you are providing the link to that particular source. You are referencing it properly in your code file and also in your report. So that should be fine. What you can't do is you cannot copy the exact code from your batchmates file. So let's say there is this um, eda.py file, right? So where you are doing a lot of exploited analysis and stuff. You cannot just copy from your batchmate and put it in your file. That is going to be plagiarism. Um, you can copy code from, so how the plagiarism works. So you can copy code which is available publicly on the internet, but you need to provide the reference to that. You cannot copy code from places which are not publicly available. So it is just that simple. Is it a good idea to take data science after bachelor's in BCA with basic skills? Yes, you can, because if you do BCA, you will have programming knowledge, I suppose. If I'm wrong, do let me know. You will have programming knowledge. You will have knowledge about various computer science related uh, topics. So I think you should be fine if you choose to go for data science. You should not face a lot of difficulties. But yes, you'll have to learn various mathematical concepts, because I think if you do BCA there, they don't really go too much into mathematical part, because when you do bachelor's, let's say bachelor's of engineering or BTech, in computer science, your first 4 semesters are usually maths. You hammer quite a lot on mathematical topics, which I'm assuming is not a part of BCA, maybe for first 2 semesters, I suppose. So yeah, I would say brushing up your mathematical skills would be really helpful. And more specifically, like I mentioned earlier in the live Q&A, you can you can learn linear algebra, calculus, probability, statistics. So if you learn those things, I think you should be fine. You're welcome, Praveen. So the skills you mentioned from your CV, how many of those did you learn from your course? Uh, I would say R is the only one which I learned from the course. Maybe not even course. I had to put in my okay, Power BI as well. Um, yeah, R I had to learn is because first few modules there they there the assignments were in R, so I had to use R programming language. So I had to learn. They provided some resources so you could learn R from that. So yes, I learned R as part of the course. Power BI, again, I hadn't touched Power BI before that, so I learned Power BI as well as part of the course. Apart from that, maybe Databricks. Yeah, yeah. Again, Databricks was also a part of the course, so I learned Databricks uh, during my masters. Yeah. Apart from that, everything I've learned on my own. Hi Roshan, can you tell me how you went about shortlisting universities for masters, like the websites you used and how you decided if the university is worth it? For the report writing, can I use AI? No, you cannot. I'll come back to your question. Um, I think I have a video about how I shortlisted the universities and to the universities I applied to. So I think that is going to be helpful video for you. Yeah, this is the video you can follow to see which all universities I applied to and uh, how I decided which universities to apply to. And just to give you a brief idea, I I just went to the QS Global World Ranking website. There I filtered all the universities which are in the UK, and then there I saw, and then I also googled some of the best universities to do data science in the UK. So I referenced multiple articles whichever came, and then from those articles I saw the university names which were coming quite often, and then I went to the QS Global World Ranking, because usually what happens is if a university is ranked higher, their fees is going to be high, and if it is ranked lower, the fees is going to be less. So to understand, to get the idea about what is going to be the fees of a particular university, I did not follow QS Global World Ranking or any other ranking websites to make a preference like, okay, this is a university which is ranked high, so I need to go to this university. So that was not the idea. The idea was to see whether this is expensive university or a less expensive university. So that is what I did, and then I divided those universities into three different categories, which I have talked about in this particular video. So yeah, do check out this video. It should be helpful. For the report writing, can I use AI? No, so you cannot use AI for report writing. I think someone was caught using ChatGPT in Newcastle University, and I think they had to retake that assessment. Part-time jobs, can I get a data analytics related job? Yes, it is possible. Part-time job or internship, both are possible. So yeah, but it's not like super easy to find, but it is possible, yes. Well, I wanted to make that announcement once we were halfway through. We are well over that, but yeah. So we have reached like 1 year. So I started doing these live Q&A back in um 2022. So yeah, July 16th was the first live Q&A, and today is 15th of July. So we are just 1 day shy from 1 year. But yeah, I think this is a good time to probably do something, because I've been receiving quite a lot of queries and requests that I should do live Q&A on Sundays. But then there were a lot of people, they wanted me to do live Q&A on Saturday, and then I have kept Sunday free, a bit of free, I would say, to take care of a lot of things around home, because here I have to do everything. So I need to take out some time for my work as well. So what I've decided is the Saturday live Q&A will be as scheduled. It will be conducted every Saturday, 12 p.m. UK time. But my friend and I, we have thought about creating a separate channel on Twitch. So there we will probably just stream, and it will be a little longer. So on YouTube it's like I'm just sitting in front of you, and maybe in 1 hour you will get bored of looking at me. So just to bring a different flavor, just to change few things, um, we will be streaming on Twitch. It could be for more than an hour, so you can always jump in. If you have any queries related to data science, study abroad, masters, or something like that, you can ask those questions. Or if you have any other questions which is not related to data science, and it is not going to be super technical. So on YouTube today, we always talk about data science, right? So there you can ask anything. How's the life in the UK? Difficulties. If you want to know more about me, you can ask that. So it is going to be more of a, let's say, non-technical conversation, right? So that is going to be on that. So hopefully we will start to do that from tomorrow. For any announcement or something, I would suggest joining our Telegram group. Again, link will be in the description, or Discord server. So we'll make the announcement there. But if you prefer to follow us on Twitch, I will leave a link in the chat. You can follow us there. I think I will be the one most of the time doing these live streams, and there you can always jump in, ask your questions. And yeah, so it is just to help you guys in a much better way. There I think you will have more time. So whoever is not able to attend the Saturday live Q&A, I think on Saturday you will have more time. Sorry, on Sunday you will have more time, and you will be able to join. So all these announcements, whenever we will be going live, or I will be going live, you can always join us on Twitch. And for notification, either you can follow us on Twitch, which will be helpful for us and probably for you as well, and it's completely free. You can do that, or you can join our Discord and Telegram channel. Link is in the description. So yeah, I will make the announcements there as well whenever we will be going live. So yeah, um, that is what the announcement is. And I hope we'll be able to answer more and more questions that you have, because I totally understand from your perspective, because I've been there in your shoes. When I was planning to do my masters, when I was very new to data science, I had so many questions. I always wanted to understand how this thing works, and what are the things I need to take care of, what things I should learn, how will be the master's program, what all difficulties I could face. So that's what I have tried to do here on YouTube. I'm trying to help as many people as I can. So I always appreciate you guys coming to these live Q&A on YouTube. But I totally understand that on Saturdays also some of the people will have college or some other work, so you won't be able to join. So that's why we're planning to do this on Sundays as well. So hopefully we will be able to help you in a much better way. So yeah, that was the announcement. I hope that is exciting for you guys as well, because it is something very new. I have never used Twitch before. I have not watched many live streams on Twitch. So I'm very new to that platform. So that's why I'm asking my friend to help and support me, so that I will know that platform even more. And maybe for first few live streams, I might do some mistakes. So you guys can come, and if you have some knowledge about Twitch, you can help me. Or else you can just come, join us there and hang out and enjoy and ask your questions there. So yeah, so that was the announcement. Now I think I should get back to the questions. Hi, how did you manage living expenses for initial months of your stay in the UK? Did you do any part-time jobs in starting months? So I had taken education loan, and also I had saved some money from my past job or work. So I took education loan for my university fees, and then I had saved some amount to pay my initial living expenses. So I managed my first semester living expense from that. In second semester, I was able to find an internship. So after that, I have never transferred money from Indian account to the UK account. After that, I was doing internships, so I was saving that money for future months as well. And once I finished my course, I joined a company as a full-time role. So I was making money from there, but then I lost the job, so I had saved some money for another few months. And when I was managing my finance or living expense using that money, I was able to find another job. So yeah, that's how I manage my living expense. Hey, I am looking for a data analyst role. It's been more than 5 months. I am not able to find. So there are few things that you need to see. Is it like you're not getting any calls, or if you are getting calls but they are not moving further with after like initial call, or if they are moving further with let's say 2 to 3 rounds or something like that. After that, you are not able to get job. So there could be different reasons for different scenarios. So yeah, if you could let us know, I may be able to help you, or you can book a one-to-one session with me and then we can discuss things there. So yeah. So at present time, should I consider US or UK for masters? Both the places are kind of same. You might say that US is a big country, so there are a lot of jobs there. Yes, there are, but then there are a lot of universities, so a lot of students as well. So ultimately, you need to see number of jobs per candidate, which is same in both the countries. In terms of course duration, USA has a longer course duration and UK has a shorter one, so you will be able to finish your masters in just 1 year. So if you want to finish your masters in less time, I would say UK would be a better option. But if you are very new to data science and if you want to spend more time to learn things, I think you should go for a longer duration course. That's where USA will have upper hand. But considering the course is of longer duration, the fees will be high, so you will end up spending more. So there are a lot of different positives and negatives of both the countries. You need to see which one works for you. I have briefly described what's good for UK and what's good for US. But if you have any specific question, any specific concern, do let me know. I'll be more than happy to I'm more than happy to answer that. In the upgrade course for the third, fourth semester, scholarship is available if great marks in first and second semester. Good scholarship is available in the second year in Germany. There is an internship in the course. If that is the case, and if you think yes, you will be able to get good marks in your first, second semester, then yeah, it could be a good option. You could go for that. But do check that if you do just third and fourth semesters in Germany, will you have any uh, post-study work visa? So I mean, I don't know how things work in Germany, so do make sure that will you have the option to stay in Germany and work there. If that is possible, then I think it could be a good option. But if you think that you just want to learn from a course and you want to work in Nepal, in that case, I would say you can go for some cheaper courses and you will be just fine. So if your goal is to move to Germany, then you need to talk to the course providers and to upgrade, and also you need to do your research at your own end. Go to German government website, see what are the implications and what are the requirements you need to fulfill to be able to stay in Germany and work there. So yeah, that is what I would suggest. What the difficulty you face taking a loan? The biggest difficulty was the processing time. It took like 3 to 4 months, but I also understand that it was at the peak of COVID, so a lot of lockdowns and stuff. So because of that, there were a lot of delays. But apart from that, I think it was all good. Thanks, Akash. Do we have data analyst roles available in UK after masters or only data science roles? Also, if have 7+ experience into technical support, will I need to apply to associate slash junior role only? There are data analyst and data scientist roles. Both roles are available. Whatever you choose to go for, you can go for that. I was just applying for both depending on the skills you have. So let's go to the job description, see if those the skills which they are mentioning in the job description, if you have those, apply for that particular role, be it data scientist or data analyst role. Now you have 7+ years of experience, so I would say you can apply for junior roles. There is no harm in that. If you are able to find some senior role, that is well and good. But if you are finding it really hard to get those senior roles, there is no harm in applying for associate or junior role, because one of you have some technical support roles. I would assume that you have some technical knowledge. In my batch, there was one of my batchmates, so she was from pharmaceutical background, so uh, no technical knowledge. After masters, she was able to get a junior data scientist role, which she appreciated because she is very new and she doesn't want to get into a role which is too complicated. She still wants to learn more, and it works for her. So if that is something which you are okay to consider, it's totally fine to apply for junior roles. But if you think you have the skills uh, to apply for mid to senior roles, you can apply for those as well. AI and ML jobs are available in the UK. If that's a question, yes. The answer is yes, they are available. Tell about accommodation for students before arriving in the UK. Uh, so there are different ways you can get the accommodation. So one is student accommodation. The first, I think there are three different ways. So first one is the accommodation which are provided by universities. So if you are going for that, it's fine, you can choose that, but for that you need to apply a bit early, because those are very competitive and they go before any other options which I'm going to talk about. But then you also need to know that it is the most expensive one. After that, there is another option which is student accommodation. So you can book student accommodation using a lot of different platforms like Uni Echo or Ember Student. There are a lot of different platforms. If you just search student accommodation and then mention the city which you are looking for, you will got a lot of different websites and you will be able to find that. This is relatively less expensive as compared to university accommodations, but these are still expensive. But the good thing about these is you will be able to find something even within, let's say, 1 to 2 months before you start your course. So that is there. The third option is you can look for a room in a proper house. So it will be a shared accommodation where the one room will be yours, but then you will share kitchen, living room, and garden and things like that with other people. And to find this, you can use spare room. This is the most affordable option, which I would say, and that's how I found my accommodation. So yeah, that is what I would suggest. Those are the three options which you can opt for. The visa will arrive till the end of the second semester, and student visa will start from that time, which is for 4 years. The work visa is there in Germany for 2 years after student. Do you know anyone who has done MSc Data Science through Upgrade? So I don't know anyone who has done data science through Upgrade, but the visa situation which you have told, if that is the case, I think you could opt for that. So it looks fine to me. It's more like the actual course that you will do in Germany. So yeah, if that is the visa situation, then I think it's a good option. I have 3 years experience as mean developer in India. Will get job in AI/ML for after masters. What will be the cost? Which will be better for masters, AI/ML, UK or Germany? So you have 3 years of experience as a full stack mean developer, so that's good. Um, I think there are a lot of transferable skills. So like the deployment parts, if you have trained any machine learning or deep learning model, I think it will be, or if you have done any kind of analysis and if you want to create a dashboard for that, I think you will be able to do relatively easily as compared to a proper data scientist. So I think that works well for you. And if you develop something as part of your masters, so let's say you're doing a data analysis and you have created a dashboard where people can come and they can enter various filters and interact with the dashboard, and based on those filters the visuals change. If you can create something like that, put it in your profile, that is going to be game changer for you. That could be a really good thing. If you develop any machine learning or deep learning models, try to deploy it with a proper UI where people can go upload an image. If it's an image classifier, they can enter text if it is a text translation or text generation sort of thing. And if they can actually interact with and see how the output is, that is going to be really good. And I think that is going to help you quite a lot. Which is better, UK or Germany? Germany is in recession, UK is about to go into recession. So that's there. But in terms of course, I think Germany is a little bit on a theoretical side as compared to UK. Having said that, the education system of Germany is also very good. You will learn quite a lot of things, and probably you will learn things in a uh, much more in depth, I would say, because you will have more time. In UK, it's just 1 year. In Germany, I think it's 1.5 to 2 years course. So that is what there is. And if you are able to get into a university where you don't have to pay fees in Germany, I think you will spend less amount. But I have made a calculation. I don't know if I have posted that video, but I did calculation when I was deciding whether to go for UK or Germany. Um, I figured out that it is going to be almost same cost because the course is just 1 year in the UK, and if you are able to find a job after your course, you will start making money. Whereas in Germany, if you are on a student visa, you will still be working part-time in your second year, so you will be earning relatively more in the UK. So after doing all the calculation, by the end of second year, I think the difference was only 2 to 3,000 pounds. You were paying more in UK. So yeah, that was the difference. But I have posted a link in the chat where I've talked about which university to choose, and I think I have talked about this. Or if you go to my channel and you will be able to find which country to choose for masters, I may have talked about this in that video. I don't really remember because it's been like 2 years now since I posted that video. So yeah, you should be able to find something in that, or maybe not. So yeah, but the difference in the cost that you'll be paying is not much if you are able to find admission in a university where you don't have to pay any fees in Germany. But if you are paying a fees for your course in Germany, then I think you will be paying significantly more in Germany as compared to the UK. Can you share some tips for freshers to get a sponsorship job in the UK? I am pursuing my master's in Harriet University. As a fresher to get a sponsorship, the thing is, if you are a fresher, it's hard to get a senior roles, and if you're able to find a senior role, yes, that's good. One way could be that try to go for bigger companies like Amazon, Google, Ripple, Netflix, things like that. So if you're able to get into those companies, I think you will be able to get a sponsorship. That is a short way. The other way is, if you're not able to find a job in those companies, try to get something as soon as possible. So you will finish your masters, let's say in September, and you should have offer by September and work for like October, November, December, and probably your visa will expire in January. So work for those 3 months, try to show them that yes, you have potential, and then talk to your manager. If they are willing to sponsor, you will get a sponsorship. If not, then you can always go to your post study work visa. So I think those are the two options which you could choose for. Did you have experience before doing your course? Yes, I had around 3 years of experience. The upgrade promised to help in getting the internship and job. Never trust those things, I would say. They may be able to help you, and I'm pretty sure they will help you, but it's not certain that you will be able to find something. All the courses before you join the course, and when they are talking to you, they always try to pursue students to enroll for a course. So they say quite a lot of things, lot of courses they will say 100% placement, so and so forth. But then there will be a lot of terms and conditions as well, so you need to see that. When I was, I think back in 2017 or 18, I think, when I was looking for a data science course, even I was looking for upgrad and great learning. It was not a master's course or something like that, it was just a certificate course. So there also they were talking about you will be able to find a job, so and this and that, all those kind of things. But ultimately the course was super expensive for me, and I knew that at some point I will be going for a master's. So I thought it's better to just go for some affordable course. So I didn't opt for upgrad. But I've seen a lot of people, if they have experience, they can find a job after doing their PG diploma or something like that. But if a fresher does that course, they find it super hard to find any job after doing that PG diploma. So yeah, I would say don't take their word on this. If you feel like um, you won't be able to find a offer in German university where you don't have to pay fees, then I think yes, it is a good option, because ultimately you will be paying somewhere around that, or maybe more. So in that case, I think it's good. But if you are thinking that upgrade is going to help you to find a job and you will be able to find a job with their help, I won't suggest betting on that. I would always suggest that be reliant on yourself and not on others. I'll take this last question because we are well over 1 hour now. Considering the fact of recession, will freshers have chance of getting jobs here. Yes, because there are freshers who have been able to find a job. Currently, the job market is bad, but still, a lot of freshers have been able to find a job. So it is possible, but it is going to be hard. To get admission in UK universities, when I have to start for document processing. I think you should be ready by September. So if you are applying for, let's say, September 24, you should be ready with all the documents by September 23, because a lot of universities, they open their admission portal in September or by the end of September. Some universities open in October as well. So if you are done with everything by September, I think you should be fine. Thanks everyone for joining, and I hope you were able to find some useful information today. I will see you guys on YouTube next Saturday, 12 p.m. UK time. And if you would like to join us on Twitch, you can join tomorrow. I will let you know, guys, in Discord server and also on Telegram channels. So do join those groups. There I will make announcements so that you can come on Twitch and you can ask your questions if you want. And like I told you, it won't be purely technical. So if you want to ask questions related to something else, you can always ask that. And probably we can have a friendly conversation there as well. So yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow or next week, whatever works for you. Bye everyone. Have a great weekend. Happy learning.